Welcome back to the fields and rivers of Perthshire. Oh well, I'm back out again. Today, just me, and typical, it's supposed to be dry and it's raining. But we just got to get on with it. So I'm back on the field that produced, amongst other things, the little lead mould of St Andrew, the patron saint of Scotland, which could well be some kind of a pilgrim mould, possibly from the 1400s. It's also produced in 3 digs. It's produced 10 milled silver coins. I also got a big Roman sestertius from the 1st or 2nd century on one of the digs, and historically it's also produced a spearhead and an axe head from the Bronze Age, which were discovered by a farmer pulling the plough behind a horse about 100 years ago. So anything is possible. So let's go and try and find some treasure. It's only taken 45 seconds to get the first digger. "75, 76. Nice easy digging, very sandy soil. And as I mentioned, anything is possible. There is a lot of junk, but clearly there's good stuff once you pick your way through it. And anywhere along a river is always a great place to detect, especially given that we've got a Roman fort about 1.5 miles away in one direction and about 3 miles away in the other direction. It's in my hand. There it is. It's a thing. Yes, it's just a random piece of junk. Oh well, hole number 1. 1 minute later, we've got a screamer. 89. Maybe too good to be a coin, but you never know. We're out. Pretty shallow. A coin in the first minute would be amazing. Although so far, not seen anything that looks like a coin. What is that there? Oh, I'll tell you what. I think we've got silver. Literally immediately. We have. We've got silver, and I think it's French. I can't believe it. Oh, what a start. What an absolutely brilliant start. Well, you heard it, you saw it. I've literally been going for like 2 minutes, and I'm straight in with a silver. This field is littered with silver coins. So exciting. Well, I think it is a French silver coin. I've had something similar before. I think that's like maybe Liberty or something like that on the back or such like. Well, that is a fantastic start, and yet again it's another European coin off of this field. What on earth was going on here? We've had coins of Spain, Canada, India. Where else? Did we get an Italian coin as well, possibly? As well as French coins. It looks like it's 1917, but I'm going to clean it up and get back to you. What a start! I have to say, the XP Deus 2, it is a silver coin hoover. I have never found so many silver coins in my life as I have with the XP Deus 2, using it for 1.5 years or so. It is a 50 centimes of 1917. And you can see the figure of, I don't know if it's Liberty or if it's, I don't know, Justice or some other figure. I'm sure you'll be able to tell me, but you can just see the words République Française around the edge. And it's silver. It's going to be, I would think, probably about 92.5% silver. You've got Liberté,
L'Égalité, or whatever it is, and Fraternity, and what looks a little bit like maybe an oak garland or such like. 50 centimes, 1917, so that was probably the equivalent of about a threepence, looking at the size of it. In fact, it could even be a sixpence. Well, kind of somewhere thereabouts, but either way, it's certainly going to be a pint or two of beer, isn't it? What on earth was going on here? I wonder why there are so many coins from other countries. This time, 85, 86, and I'm only 10 feet away from the silver. I mean, it could be a coin. Could be. Maybe. If it is, what a start. Sounds a bit tinny, to be honest with you. Could be aluminium. Right, I don't know if we're out or not, so let's have a wee probe with the Garrett carrot. Right, got to turn you off for a wee sec and then get back to you. I definitely was not expecting a coin there, but we've got off to an absolute flyer of a start. We've got 2 coins in the first 3 holes, and I've literally been going for just 3 minutes, something like that, in between talking to the camera. So it's 1 penny. It's a very black 1 penny in terms of the colour of it. It's very strange. Oh, we've got a date, it's 16, so you know what that means. 1916. That means it's going to be you know who. Gorgeous George, and what a bizarre colour of coin this is. It's almost black. Look at that. Some parts of this field are very boggy, very wet. As you saw, we're right next to the river, so clearly that's having a big impact on the patina on coins. We've had a few coins out here. There was a few George II's from the 1720s, 1730s, which were just about as good a George II as you'd ever find. But in contrast, we were getting pennies that were completely corroded. But this one is doing pretty well. So there you are, Gorgeous George, 1916. So it's just 1 year away from the silver. So that is a great start. 2 coins in a couple of minutes. Having just had a run of signals around 60, 61, which have all turned out to be little fragments of lead. Didn't film this one, 61. And sod's law, it's something. Not quite sure what, but it is something. It's a little catch on that side. This side definitely looks decorated. It is. It's got... oh, it's 100% decorated. It's possibly had... it has. It's got inset stones. Right, I'm going to give this a wee bit of water, just in case I knock any stones out. But there's definitely stones in that. So that is 100% decorated. There you go. Right, I'll give it a wee dab and get back to you. So 2 coins and a relic. Well, it's definitely got little beads or cut glass or such like inset in it. You can see there's clearly been more in there which have been lost. On the reverse, a little clasp. So I don't know if it's maybe a hair clasp, or maybe it's part of a brooch. But I don't think it's massively old. It's probably Victorian, 1830, 1900 kind of period. But if you know, comment below. I like that. Not sure if we might actually have another little piece of silver. It's got the right sort of patina to it. It's that off grey colour. It's got the right weight to it. But not sure if it is silver, what it is. Maybe a little bit of decoration for a walking cane or something like that. But if you know, comment below. Just in case this turns out to be a Bronze Age axe head, I'm down 12 inches. Wasn't a great target to begin with, but it's getting better now. But maybe it's just a deep tin can, but I'll turn you off and dig the hole even deeper. Approximately 17 inches. And that is the deepest target I've dug in a while. I was starting to get slightly excited until I saw little flecks of rust coming up. So goodness knows what that is. Part of an old plough or implement. We'll never know. But, well, it just shows you can find some pretty deep targets with the XP Dace 2. I'm still out of breath from that last hole. 86, but it's a little bit tinny. I think it's going to be junk, but just need to be absolutely certain. Right, last one, then we'll get the pinpointer in. Yeah, not yet. Is that a stone? Yep, that's a stone. So it looks like I've dug in the wrong place. Not like me. There it is. It's a lump of something. Bronze. Ah, well, that's interesting. As I say, there were some Bronze Age implements off this field historically. Found not with a metal detector, but in the old-fashioned days of old. A lot of the relics were discovered in fields by farmers because they were towing the plough directly behind the horse. So when something green and big came to the surface, they saw it because they walked immediately behind. Now, in contrast, the modern day tractors, they drag the plough behind the tractor with the driver in front. So if anything comes up, the likelihood is they'd never see it. But who knows? Could be hundreds, could be thousands of years old. Not sure if it's part of a buckle or part of a drawer pull. I'm thinking maybe drawer pull. But yeah, off an old bit of furniture, probably from 1800s. And a wee bit of junk with a difference. Great West Road, Brentford, London. Patent pending. Don't know what that's been, but it's British made. Maybe an ointment or an oil can lid or such like, but, well, if you know, comment below. Maybe a wee relic here. 72, 76, 73. We're out straight away. Bit of lead, bit of copper. Yeah, there's something. Well, oh, it's another furniture related sort of thing, isn't it? It's a wee thing, maybe an old hook. Looks like there's a bit of iron there, so probably an old hook for hanging your jacket on or something. Oh well. This is a nice one. 90, 91, 92. Could be silver, it could be some Georgian coinage, or it could be some junk. But it sounds alright. We might be out, maybe. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's not a silver coin, oh. Well, it's big and green anyway, isn't it? What on earth is that? What on earth is that? No wonder that was an ear-blown target. Certainly heavy enough for it. Well, it's not an axe head, unfortunately. But it's a thing that's been squashed. Well, a mystery item. It's the right colour, that's what we want to see if we're looking for an axe head. Or a spearhead. Spearhead actually I'd prefer. But yeah, well, it's brass or it's copper alloy. Maybe some sort of circular pot or container that's been squished. If you know, comment below. We've got another pocket knife. Very mixed signal, 70 all the way down to iron, dug it out, fairly shallow, and it's a pocket knife. So they often give a very weird sort of signal because the combination of iron, copper and such like. Oh, nearly. But yeah, it's a pocket knife. Iron blade that would have folded out, probably bone or such like on the handle there. See that white coming through? It's probably something like that, bone. Yeah, pocket knife, date wise, probably 100, 150, maybe even a couple of 100 years old, but still, it's a find. Potential silver again. 91. Georgian, silver, or junk. Come on. I've actually only... Oh, it's a coin. Well, it's probably going to be a Georgian coin. I've actually only been going for 30 minutes. So I don't know how much of this will make the final edit, but I must have dug 30 holes in half an hour in beside chatting and talking. But as ever, I'll dry this out and get back to you. I've got the bendy thumb to work as best as I can. We've got a bit of detail, enough I think to identify it. So there on the reverse is Britannia, and Don emailed, Don Rossetti, to say any chance you could do more of those videos where you superimpose what the coin would have looked like. So your wish is my command. And on the other side, I think there is just enough of a head which would be looking to the left hand side, just like this. And that is George II. So sometime between 1727 and 1760. And he was on the throne when Bonnie Prince Charlie started his rebellion. They were related to one another, except George was of the House of Hanover. He was descended from James VI through blood. However, he was Presbyterian, he was Protestant, so he was the right religion. And Bonnie Prince Charlie's father and grandfather were Catholic, the Stuarts. So they were kicked off the throne in 1688, and from 1688 until 1746 there were multiple rebellions called the Jacobite rebellions, because if you supported Bonnie Prince Charlie and his family's restoration, they were mostly called James, so you were known as a Jacobite, and that became known as Jacobite. And the word Jacobite comes from the Latin for James, which is Jacobus. So there you go. Nice coin, and great to find. Coin number 3, maybe 2? No, 3. Coin number 3. Another mid-tone. 74 this time. Could be anything. Literally could be anything. Could be a wee relic. There is iron in the ground there as well, so did well to pick that out. There's something. Small and, oh, diamond shaped. Ah. Well, we might have a relic after all. I'm going to clean this up delicately. But that might be some sort of military button. Or maybe some sort of little insignia. So I'm going to do this off camera, just so I don't rush it. But I'll get back to you. It's a little relic. Now, can anyone else see a standing figure there? With an arm going across their body? That's what I think that is. So, what do you reckon? Am I seeing things, or is that what's actually there? I think it is. Yep, I think that is. I think that is a standing figure, but I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. The reverse looks like there's been a loop on there, probably for a button. So I don't know, it could be like a lapel button. It could be a military button or badge of some description, but I don't know. I haven't had one like this before, so if you know, then comment below. And I don't think it's massively old, probably the latter part of the 19th century into the beginning of the 1900s. So, as ever, let me know. We've got another screamer. It's got to be a coin. 89.90. It might be another Georgian. Silver would be even better. It's not going to be gold, unfortunately, but we can dream. There is something round, and that is not a coin. Don't believe it. It's a thing. What on earth is that? It's a thing. Right. It looks like it's decorated on the end, but it's hollow. I thought maybe the end of a poker, you know, for a fireplace. But surely not if it's hollow. It'd be one bit of cast metal. Right, as ever, I'll dry it out and I'll get right back to you. Well, thanks again Jimmy and Shell for the wee blankie. It made short work of that. Cleaned up. So, there you go. What do you reckon that is? Clearly quite nicely decorated. May have been brass, but it's got a square fitting on the end. It's almost like a key for, I don't know, for something. So, if you know, comment below. I don't think it's particularly old. 1800, 1900, a couple of hundred years at best. It was a 50-51. I was expecting a bit of tin foil or aluminium, and it's a first piece of cutlery. That looks like the handle, probably off a teaspoon. Filming this one just in case again. Really horrible signal. Didn't sound great, but now it's out, it's pretty good. It's 88.89. Oh well, it might be a coin. That looks like an imprint of a coin. Could be a silver. No, it can't be, it's green. Oh, it is a coin, look. Right there. Oh, it's a coin. Surely, has to be a coin. Oh, is it? Don't call me surely. It is a coin. Well, we would have got an imprint if I hadn't made a mess of that. Right, as ever, I'll clean it up and get back to you. I was thinking it was going to be George V or maybe a Victoria, but I think it's earlier. I think it could be another sort of Georgian, George II, George III kind of era. And you can just make out Britannia on the reverse. And there's a line at the bottom. That's where the date would have been, but yeah, not sure on that one date-wise, but I think it's probably from the 1700s through to maybe around 1820 if it's George III. So it's another coin, number 4. We might have a lead seal. Came through 70 odd. Or is it a flattened bullet? Oh, it's a bit hard to tell. Yeah, it looks like there might be an impression on there. Oh, there is. It's a letter. W. I've dropped it. Had to happen eventually. Let's see. Well, it's another type that I think, if it is a lead seal, that I've not had before. Could be a bag seal, could be a flax seal. Yep, it's definitely the letter W and O. And on this side, looks pretty plain to me. Giving it a wee rub-a-dub with a magic cloth. So you can see the 2 notches there, and over here where the ribbon would have passed through. So WO. And the back, it's smooth, but there might have been letters, there might have been writing on there at some point, but long gone if there was. So it's either a bag seal or a flax seal, maybe for fertiliser or seed, or for flax that was brought over for the textile industry. And date-wise, 1700s probably, but could be into the beginning of the 1800s. Nice find though. If you know, comment below. Well, if I'm not finding pocket watches, I'm finding cutlery. Oh, nearly. I it's another teaspoon, except this one is whole and probably again 50, 100, 150 years old. It's been nothing but junk for the last half hour. I'm very close to an old property which is on the maps back in the 1700s, so may well have been people living there for a lot longer. And we've got a screamer, 89. Potential coin, but we have had a lot of aluminium. That just sounds just a wee bit better. Famous last words. No, that is not a coin. What on earth is that? Something with a loop on it. Well, it's a mystery object, that's for sure. Let's give it a wee brush. Oh, it's a head. Is that a head? That is a head. Is it? Am I imagining that, or is that someone looking to the left? Oh well, folks, you think you've seen it all in metal detecting. It always amazes me the weird things that you can find with a metal detector. That's the reverse, so it's punched, and that is the other side. Now I don't know what's going on here, if that's some sort of crustacean, but I don't want to pull it off. But that is definitely a person. A person looking to the left hand side. Got some features, you can see the eye, the nose, maybe a mouth or a beard. And I have got no idea what that is, or what that is for. So, you're going to have to all use your wisdom and let me know in the comments below. But date-wise, I think it's going to be 100, 200 or so years old. So, I look forward to hearing what you make of that. What a bizarre find. All sorts going on here. This could be a pile of junk, but listen, iron, iron. Loads of iron. Over here, more iron. And there's an 81 in amongst iron. Although I did just get a sauce bottle lid right there. So yeah, I'm going to move away from this area. There's a lot of iron going on. In the clod? It is. No, is it? Well, if it was, it's not anymore. What's that? Right there. Oh, that's a thing. It's a wee button or something, maybe. It might be a coin. Or it's a button with silver enamel or something on top of it. Right, let me give it a wee clean up off camera. I'll get back to you if it's anything decent. Folks, you might have been shouting at the screen saying that's not a button, John. But just, I think it could actually be a coin. And it might be Roman. And it might even be silver. Maybe. Because it looks like there might be a head on there. Possibly. Well, am I going to look like an idiot as usual? Or might that be... I tell you, I think it might be a coin. It might be a Roman coin, that. You know what? I think it is. See the other side. I think that is a Roman silver coin. I really do. Right, I'm going to dry this up off camera. There's definitely a head there. And get back to you. We might have a Roman denari. Folks, it is 100% a Roman coin. I wondered if it might be plated and the surface is, you know, silver and below it is copper or copper alloy, but I just picked a wee bit off the edge. Probably shouldn't have done that, but it's a silver coin. There's pure silver below that. That is not plated. It's got a greeny crustacean on the top. Maybe because this is a very waterlogged field, but look, you can see the silver coming through now that I've given it a wee bit of a rub. And you know what? I think I actually know who that might be. I think that's Antoninus Pius. I don't know how clear that is on screen. Let's give you a wee bit of a zoom. But there's a head looking to the right hand side, and there's a couple of tassels just attached to the back of their head. And I think that might be Antoninus Pius, which would put it sometime in the 2nd century. He was the emperor from about 140 to 160 AD, roughly. And he commissioned the construction of the Antonine Wall. The Antonine Wall, which runs between kind of Glasgow and Edinburgh, between what are called the two firths, the Firth of Clyde and the Firth of Forth, two large rivers that dominate the centre of Scotland. And around about 142 AD, the Romans pushed north under the orders of Antoninus, and they built a new wall. Hadrian's Wall is in the north of England, between modern-day Carlisle and Newcastle, and they built a new wall between, as I say, the Firth of Clyde and the Firth of Forth. And it was about 40 miles long, and it was built, unlike Hadrian's Wall, it was built in timber and in earth. So it doesn't survive anywhere near as well. And that is, I do believe, Antoninus Pius. So it took them 12 years to build the wall. It took them only 6 to build Hadrian's Wall, and it was almost twice as long. It was 73 miles long versus 39 for Antonine's Wall. So there you are. I think that is Antoninus Pius. And that is a 2nd century Roman coin. Well, I did get a big Roman out this field, quite a distance from where I am, probably 300 or 400 metres, but I'll have a look at my GPS and see. But 2 Romans out the same field. Fantastic. That is absolutely brilliant. By the power of technology, I've finally managed to figure out how to do the fade in and fade out, and I think you will agree that I've got the identification spot on. It is indeed Antoninus Pius, sometime between 138 and 161 AD. Well, folks, welcome back to my back garden. And it's raining again, so I'm going to leave it there. That's going to be part 1, because part 2, there were a lot more fantastic finds. So I think I've got enough content for 2 30, 35, maybe even 40-minute videos. So I hope you enjoyed. It's not every day that you find a silver coin from the 2nd century. And absolutely over the moon. And the silver keeps on coming in part 2. So make sure you look out for that one. So as ever, thank you all for watching. And if you like what you see and you're not already subscribed, then please hit that button. And hopefully I'll see you all on the next dig. Take care, and thanks for watching.